If you're living paycheck to paycheck right now, you've probably been told to just save 3 to 6 months of expenses for an emergency fund. And if you're like most people, that advice probably made you want to throw something at the screen. How are you supposed to save thousands of dollars when you can barely make it to the end of the month? When every dollar is already spoken for before you even get paid? Here's the truth. Traditional emergency fund advice wasn't written for people in your situation. It was written for people who already have money left over each month. But that doesn't mean you can't build an emergency fund. You absolutely can. I'm going to show you exactly how to build financial security even when money is tight. This isn't about cutting out coffee or canceling Netflix. This is about realistic strategies that work when you're starting from zero. Welcome to Behavioral Wealth Lab, where we explore practical strategies for building wealth regardless of your starting point. I'm your host, and if you're new here, this channel is for people who want real financial solutions, not generic advice that only works if you're already comfortable. Today we're addressing one of the most common financial challenges. How do you prepare for emergencies when you don't have extra money to save? The strategies I'm going to share work because they're designed for your actual situation, not some idealized version of your finances. Before we start, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment and tell me, what's the biggest emergency expense you've faced in the last year? Understanding what real emergencies look like will help us build the right plan. The reality check. Let's start with some honesty. If you're living paycheck to paycheck, you're not alone. According to recent studies, about 64% of Americans couldn't cover a $1,000 emergency without borrowing money or going into debt. But here's what most financial advice gets wrong. Telling someone who has no extra money to just save $500 a month is like telling someone who can't swim to just swim across the ocean. It's not helpful and it's not realistic. The traditional approach fails because it assumes you have discretionary income. But when you're living paycheck to paycheck, every dollar has a job. Your money goes to rent, groceries, transportation, utilities, and maybe, if you're lucky, there's a tiny bit left over. So we need a different approach. Instead of trying to save large amounts, we're going to focus on 3 things. Finding money you didn't know you had, creating small automatic systems, and building your emergency fund in stages. The goal isn't to have 6 months of expenses saved by next month. The goal is to gradually build a buffer that protects you from financial disasters, even if you start with just a few dollars. Here's the key insight. Even a small emergency fund can prevent huge financial setbacks. Having $200 saved can mean the difference between handling a car repair and going into debt that takes months to pay off. Stage 1, find your first $100. Your first goal isn't $1,000 or $500, it's $100. That might not sound like much, but $100 can cover many small emergencies that would otherwise force you to use credit cards or borrow money. Let's find that first $100 without impacting your regular expenses. First, do a loose change audit. Check your car, your couch cushions, your junk drawers, old purses or wallets. Count everything. You might be surprised how much you find. Second, look for accidental money. Check if you have any unclaimed refunds, cashback rewards you forgot about, or small amounts in old accounts. There are websites where you can search for unclaimed money in your name. Third, sell something small. Look around your home for items you haven't used in 6 months. Old electronics, books, clothes, kitchen gadgets. You don't need to declutter your entire house. Just find a few items worth $20 to $50 total. Fourth, take advantage of your bank's rounding program. Many banks offer programs that round up your purchases to the nearest dollar and save the difference. If your bank doesn't offer this, apps like Acorns do something similar. Fifth, save your next windfall. Tax refund, birthday money, overtime pay, cash gifts. Instead of spending it, put it toward your emergency fund. Even if it's just $25, it all adds up. The key is to think of this as found money rather than money you're sacrificing from your regular budget. You're not changing your lifestyle. You're just redirecting money that was already there. Stage 2, the micro-saving system. Once you have your first $100, it's time to build a system that slowly adds to your emergency fund without feeling painful. Here's the strategy. Save so little that you don't notice it. Start with the daily dollar method. Try to save just $1 per day. That's $30 per month, $365 per year. The key is to make it so small that it doesn't impact your other expenses. How do you find $1 per day? Here are some micro methods. Save your coins. Every day, empty your pockets of change and put it in a jar. Most people accumulate $1 to $3 in change daily without thinking about it. Use the pause technique for small purchases. Before buying anything under $5, wait 1 hour. You'll be surprised how many of these purchases you forget about or decide you don't need. Try the one less method. Buy one less item during each grocery trip. Skip one snack, one drink, one convenience item. Usually saves $1 to $3 per trip. Use cashback apps strategically. Apps like Ibotta or Checkout 51 give you small amounts back on purchases you're already making. Transfer this money directly to your emergency fund. Save unexpected money immediately. If you find a better gas price and save $2, if you get a small discount somewhere, if someone pays you back $5 they owed you, emergency fund money. The crucial part is automation. Set up your bank account to automatically transfer $30 per month to a separate savings account. Make it happen on your payday so you never see the money as available for spending. Stage 3, scaling without sacrifice. After a few months of micro-saving, you should have $200 to $300 in your emergency fund. Now we can gradually increase your savings rate without lifestyle changes. First, increase your automatic transfer by $1 each month. Month 1, $30. Month 2, $31. Month 3, $32. The increase is so small you won't notice it, but over time it significantly boosts your savings rate. Second, save half of any extra money. Got a $20 bill as a gift? Save $10. Found a $10 coupon you weren't expecting? Save $5. Made $15 from selling something? Save $7.50. Third, use the bill reduction savings method. Every time you successfully lower a bill, negotiate your phone plan, find cheaper insurance, switch to a lower cost service, save half the monthly savings and use the other half to improve your current lifestyle. Fourth, implement no-spend challenges strategically. Once per month, challenge yourself to spend no money for 1 day, except for pre-planned essential expenses. At the end of the day, calculate what you would have normally spent and save that amount. Fifth, save money from improved habits. If you start meal prepping and it saves you $10 per week on lunch, save $5 of that and use $5 to improve your groceries. The key principle here is to share the benefits of any financial improvement between your present self and your future self. This makes building your emergency fund feel rewarding rather than punishing. Stage 4, protecting and growing your fund. As your emergency fund grows, you need to protect it and help it grow efficiently. Keep your emergency fund separate from your regular checking account. The physical and mental separation prevents you from accidentally spending it. Use a high-yield savings account if possible, but any separate account works. Set clear rules for what constitutes an emergency. Real emergencies are unexpected, necessary, and urgent. Car repairs, medical bills, job loss, emergency travel for family situations. Not sales, wants, or predictable expenses like annual fees. If you do use your emergency fund, immediately restart the building process. Don't wait until you feel like you have extra money. Go back to your micro-saving system immediately. Consider increasing your savings rate when you get raises or pay off debts. If you get a $50 monthly raise, save $25 and enjoy $25. This prevents lifestyle inflation while building your security. Once you reach $500, shift your goal to $1,000. Once you reach $1,000, aim for 1 month of essential expenses. Build gradually and celebrate each milestone. Here's what I want you to understand. Building an emergency fund when you live paycheck to paycheck isn't about finding large amounts of money you don't have. It's about creating small, sustainable systems that gradually build financial security. Start with the loose change audit I mentioned. Do it today. Check your car, your house, your old bags. Count everything and put it aside for your emergency fund. Then set up one automatic system, even if it's just $15 per month, set up an automatic transfer to a separate savings account. The automation removes the willpower requirement and makes saving effortless. Now, I want to hear from you in the comments. What's your current emergency fund balance? No judgment here. Whether it's $0, $50, or $500, we're all working toward the same goal of financial security. And tell me, which of these strategies feels most doable for your situation right now? I read every comment and often reply with personalized suggestions. If you found this helpful and want more practical financial strategies that work for real situations, subscribe and hit the notification bell. We focus on realistic solutions for people who are actually trying to build wealth from wherever they're starting. Remember, you don't need to be making six figures to build financial security. You just need the right strategies and the patience to build gradually. Every dollar you save is a dollar closer to financial peace of mind. Your emergency fund starts with your next dollar. Make it count.